feel like I'm missing something. Nope. Am I? Am I floofed up? Floofed up enough. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. That's right. What up? Got some schmutz under my fingernail. That's wild. But I suppose it's not impossible. I guess gamble is a thematic. You know, I should probably read it. Oh boy. Oh, as it costs 6. I'm calling it now. It will never do anything. We will never see the backside of this card. I'm calling it now. Ragavan helps. Monstrous Rage is not devotion, right? No, it's colorless. Probably strike it rich. Winota, that's red and white, isn't it? Whenever creatures dealt damage... shoot. I already played all, like, the good Final Fantasy commanders, and now we're just sort of going through the chaff of the things I believe to be, like, borderline actually unplayable when in terms of historic brawl. If you're not doing broken things, you're not really playing the game. I suppose Blood Moon is a necessary evil. Same with Winter Moon. Also, I'll turn my air conditioner off once I actually play the game. Though apparently no one can hear it. I can hear it when I go to edit my video. Ooh, Sarkhan. Yeah, it's a subtle rattle. You can get an AI to filter out specific noises. Kind of cool. And it just filters it right out. Iron Crag is... What is that doing? It's not really doing much, is it? No. Needlehead for Devotion? That's a very different deck than I was thinking about, but I guess if we have to go down that route, so be it. And it doesn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if I had to. Harvester? Yeah, well... Phoenix is just so not scary. Like, no one cares when you play this. I've kind of got that vibe. I've tried to get this to work quite a few times recently, actually, and it just doesn't... Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Suppose sneak attack's gonna matter. Ifrit. Oh no, Ifrits are the, like, devil-looking things or whatever. This is an Ifrit. Saga Demon. Fight something. Add 4. Why does it add so much mana? That's kind of weird. Like, what do you played a 6-drop, and then suddenly, you play a 6-drop, and then you wait a turn, you spend 6 mana to flip it, and then you get 4 mana back a turn later. Like, why? Why does the game want me to have 11 mana? I don't know. That's weird. That's just really weird. An Ifrit is the same as an Ifrit? An Ifrit? Well, Ifrit's the name, right? I don't think it's the creature type or whatever. Ifrit's just the name of the demon. Yeah, I would say we only care about the drawing cards portion of things, because everything else isn't realistic. Like, it's just the top part of the left side. I don't care about the tap exile part. I don't care about either chapter. I don't care to flip this. I don't think it's possible, which is why I don't care about it. I have never seen someone flip Clive. I've not once seen it, and I don't think I ever will. We could play Standard Brawl, actually. What is... Oh, wait, hold on. No, well, one second. Let me keep thinking. Mono Red and Standard is... I don't know if that's like a thing. It probably isn't. I don't think it's a thing. We could play Godo with no equipment. What if I just played Godo? What if I just played it? And then I just put Helm of the Host in here. And just had that as a thing I could... I could just spin into. No, him being a 5/5, he could be a 10/10. That doesn't matter. This is Historic Brawl. It could be a 20/20. It doesn't matter. That's not the it's not a factor. Honestly, I would prefer it to be a 1/1 and just had haste. It would still, though. That's 12 mana. That's insane. That's not happening. I guess haste actually is completely irrelevant. Yeah, I guess haste doesn't matter then. Never mind. We could Banefire someone. We could. We can Banefire. I don't know if we're going to Banefire. You think Koth is good in Standard? Did we play Koth in Standard? I thought we might have. We might have played Koth in Standard. I've played it a couple times, I think. That one in Chandra. I can see Koth pulling it off in Standard. Kind of. Standard is mired in removal. It's just drowning in removal. Like you try to do anything and it doesn't really come to fruition. Medallion, yep, medallion, yep. I haven't got to the artifacts yet. Calm down. I haven't got to the artifacts yet. I don't know if I want buried treasure. Oh, alright. I knew this going in though, so I can't do my trademark complaining after having played all the good commanders of the set. It's funny, Sapphire and Ruby are like right next to each other, alphabetically. Well, you're giving your opponent cards. Oh, no you're not. No you're not. Whatever. It's got devotion. That's insanely slow and inconsistent. Probably gonna hit counter spells, but whatever. It's a new card. What's the red thing that adds mana? Aggravated Assault. The new 4-mana medallion? Oh, there it is. Stockpile. I mean, I guess. What do we... This is so bad. Fiery Emancipation? City on Fire? Alright, alright. We've already been there. We already had this talk. I don't even feel like a big red deck anymore. I just feel like big red at home. I think we just need red creatures, and they're like just so... we're not really in an L like discard your whole hand. All right. There's no not discarding your whole hand. You just it's all or none. Okay, so not not going not going there. Torbrand. It's just like if we're running Torbrand, we're on the opposite side of the like this. It's not a big red card. Your hand's probably going to be empty when you cast it because it costs 6 mana. So I would imagine so. But like if we're running Torbrand, we're running Monastery Swiftspear. If we're running Monastery Swiftspear, we're running like that kind of deck. And I don't this isn't actually a big red thing as much as I thought. Yeah, I don't think we're playing 6 drops. Oh boy. I don't think we're young pyromancer. Oh, wasn't that what I was just looking at? It's the Abbot of Carol Keep, but it just dies. Exile top card, you cast it, and you cast your next creature, it gets haste. Yeah, it's like Abbot of Carol Keep, except your 2/1 just dies. It's probably not even a gamble deck. Oof. Lightning bolt. Yeah, Clive is not actually doing big red stuff, so I still think Godo scam is fine, especially with gamble. That's the whole point, right? You gamble, and then you Godo, and then you still lose. Why would a red deck play this? That's weird. I don't think we can Kiln Fiend. It does not seem realistic. This is an uncommon? I thought this was a rare. I must be thinking of something else. all the things you listed off are valid for any deck that isn't those things. That's not a mono red issue. If you're just playing like blue black random stuff, you'll still get completely destroyed by the things you listed off. But red specifically will always struggle. Probably has it the worst. Probably has it the worst. I feel like none of these feel... What about this thing? Especially, like, creature-based red stuff. Probably has it even worse than non-creature red stuff. You could at least ultimate Chandra. I don't think we're ultimating this thing. Even colorless doesn't struggle. Wait a minute. Yeah, Mono White's got some pretty good commanders. But you're pitted against better things if you play the good ones. Like, Adeline's not gonna play against, you know, little Timmy in his Garruk deck. But Adeline is definitely very quick. I wonder if you just ran Brimaz instead of Adeline to have weaker matchups. If Brimaz would then just be more successful. Probably would. Assuming Brimaz is a lower bracket, which I think it should be. It's definitely not the same as Adeline. What if we just made Clive with all colorless cards and just pretended we were Ujin? It's funny to think that colorless is just better than this, but I could actually just play the exact same cards the colors deck could play. So, like, why would I go ahead and not do that? No. I guess? Ah, it's a human. And a noble. And a warrior. Grim Lava... Well, now it looks like Torbaran. I'd rather not play a Torbaran deck, but that is unfortunately the route this commander must take, it would appear. What about you? I guess this works. I guess. How about this? Yeah, I think every red deck should probably just throw this in here. It's just one of those cards that can kind of win on its own. Which is rather odd. I don't own the Red Cavalier. Little unexciting in the text box department. I don't own Fury. This probably would be like one of my first like really would like Fury kind of decks. For real, for real. Who knows? Maybe I can get one. We can open 16 packs. Surely it's in there somewhere. Surely it's in there somewhere. Well, I'm a free-to-play player and I have to craft the commanders, so... I don't know what you want from me. I don't have any mythic wildcards, and I'm not giving Wizards money for a digital platform. These have a higher chance of getting a mythic wild card, right? It's not just actual mythic rares. I don't know, I'll get one of them. You know what? I feel like I shouldn't do that. What I should look at is how close I am to my next mythic. Hey! Wow, look at that. That worked out. That worked out quite nice. Yeah, you can't pull Fury out of a pack, not in Magic Arena. Oh. Hmm. All right, we can't guarantee a mythic. Tragic. Was it three more? 4 more? No dice. Oh, we got Vincent. This one's interesting. It's not Sephiroth, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, we can't get there. We almost got there, but we can't get there. Can't get there. The bird deck was actually pretty nice. I like the bird deck. Oh, the Bant one. I don't know about the mono green dude who fights with his birds. That I don't know about that one. It just doesn't... Monastery Swiftspear seems so unrealistic. I guess it works, like shock and stuff. Gotta play the Weeb shock. Is that the one that gives haste and taps your opponent's creatures? Chainsaw's fine. I don't think we're the new Urabrask deck. Oh yeah, the Forge is fine. Boop. Like I don't think. Oh, I don't. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Is there another one? Isn't it in Arena? It is? Oh, it's a Mythic. Oh, shoot. Oh, there goes that. What about you? So you have to play the cards off the top? That's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever played with this card in my life. It's okay, actually. Oh yeah, the Forge is fine. This is okay. It costs 5. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. This is just wrong. My creature options are so bad. Alright, I think we're gonna get rid of anything that costs more than anything, like this is not Chandra. I don't think this is Jaya Ballard. Overlord's really expensive. I guess this is okay. Not really. Oh, I forgot Helm of the Host. Whoops. Oh my. Armed Raptor? Amped Raptor? Yeah, Terror of the Peaks is okay. Kind of more interested in things that cost less than 2, i.e. 1 drops. Ball Lightning, for those of you who really want to get in there. Slick Shot's fine. Loot Monger is okay. Inti can't be upset with Inti in play ever, unless you can. I don't know if Hazaret's real. I've never got this to work. I don't think I'm gonna get it to work here. Eidolon is not bad, actually. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I don't know. Why not? It's probably gonna kill me, but fine. Stone Forge armor. Wither's actually pretty good on your spells. Kind of like Soulscar Mage here. Okay, I no longer like the Slag Storm, Sweltering Suns. Phoenixes can get discarded. That doesn't leave me with a burn spell, but still. Fear of missing out is pretty interesting. I think. Yeah, seems... I don't want Generous Plunder. You give your opponent a treasure token, then you just lose. That's my take. Smoldering. It's not realistic to flip that. Is it non-creature? No, it's not. No, it's not. I like this. This can, like, sometimes let you swing when you otherwise couldn't. Captain Lannery Storm has text on it. This is Pirates. Correct. Yeah, it's kind of like the... Probably a better version of Crop Crasher, actually. Suppose this is good too. Squee is interesting. I still like Facebreaker. It does have Menace. I think there's value there. Screaming Nemesis is pretty heavily played. I don't think I've ever actually put this in play before. Okay. Corey Steelcutter? I'm not sure if I'm consistently casting 2 spells a turn. I don't know if I am. Sure, we'll see though. What were we talking? Was it Ball Lightning? Yeah, this time. I mean, it's got Devotion that's pretty fine, and if I can equip pretty reliably, I don't know. Alright, we've made it this far. We've made it this far. Alright, this costs 6, it's coming out. I don't think Overlord is that great. Honestly, I don't even know if I like Overlord if it costs 5. No longer Sneak Attack. This is just... Yeah, I got it. That one's fine. Wait, how long do you have to play them? Not that long, actually. I don't know. Harvester's a lot of Devotion. Look, we have 99 cards, alright? I didn't think we'd have a problem with too many cards, but we do. Maybe just take out the Mana Rocks at this point. Is that, like... Though the Mana Rocks are still fine, I think. Without them... Okay, we don't need the stockpile. Bro, time just flies. Time really flies. It's insane. It does not feel like... It's only feel like it's been like maybe 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It's been like 40. It's crazy. It's insane how fast time flies when you're not paying attention to it. For the sake of putting my commander in play, I should actually keep the mana rocks, but you don't run the Iron Crag because of the trigger. All right, fair enough. I can't debate that. I think you should run all of them if you're going to run any of them, but sometimes maybe not. I don't know. I'm not running Buried Treasure. I think Buried Treasure is fine here though. I think you always want all of them if you're interested in the first one. Usually. If Arcane Signet's in your deck, it's almost always the case that you put all of them in the deck. But sometimes people just put Arcane Signet. I see that a lot. It's just Arcane Signet. They don't put the others in there, which to me is a bit unusual. But I don't know if I want them. I feel like maybe I can get away without them. Like Ruby Medallion is probably the one where you could just play it and not need the other ones ever, because it's definitely like very different. Then the others, what do we look like without a layer? What does it look like if I do that? Now what do we look like? It's actually not bad. Corey Steelcutter, not looking like it's doing much though. Yeah, it's not looking like it's doing anything. Okay. More early interaction is probably fine. Was it Gold Vein pick? Yeah, Corey Steelcutter's banned in other formats. That's true. I don't think it's doing much here. Don't think so. I might just have to run Frostbite and run a bunch of Snowlands, as much as I really don't want to do that. I really just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I refuse. I'm not really big on Spikefield Hazard. 1 damage, it's not terrible. I don't know. I'm not big on it. Wild Slash is ferocious, right? This can go face. We are running Shock already. This is actually just better than Shock. It is just better than Shock. Molten Impact. That sounds familiar. Is that the mountain one? No, it's not. That one's okay. I like the mountain one though. The one from Duels the Planeswalkers games. Yeah, Splitting Earth. This one's so cool. Oh, love it. It's like 2 mana, deal 2 at the very least, and then it's only uphill from there. I'm such a fan of this card. With enough mountains, it can kill anything. It can even kill Ulamog if you really put your heart into it. Actually, cut it. Let's see. If Ulamog is a... No, yeah, it could. It would require a whole lot of things to happen, but it could kill Defiler. Yeah, Koth is in here, I think. I didn't take that one out, no. Oh, it's just lava coil, but wait, does lava coil exile too? I think it does, doesn't it? I didn't know they made another one. I've never seen this played. Or maybe I have, I don't remember. Wait, where's my lava coil? I know I had one. Oh, I didn't. Rip. Oh, yeah. They gave lava coil a facelift. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Speaking of which, I think lava coil is pretty solid. I thought I had lava coil in here. I was pretty positive I had it in here. What's Perforos's ability? What does he actually do? This is the one that puts... Okay, maybe I don't want this Perforos. I might want the other one. Wait, where... What? I don't own this? Are you serious? I've played this before. I thought I owned this. It must have just been this one. I'm so certain I've put this in play before. Like I'm throwing a challenge flag on that one. I'm throwing a challenge flag. Let me go look. I think I've played this. Perforos. Go through my deck lists. Alright, let's see. When was this? 2 years ago, I played just that one, the 5-mana one. Wow, okay. No, Lava Coil does not go Planeswalkers. That's why I said they gave Lava Coil a facelift with the Obliterating Bolt, which I've never seen this cast, unless I have and don't remember. My lawyer speak. I can't confirm nor deny if I have or have not seen text in question. Okay. So, no Perforos. Perforos would be nice here. I really don't think I like the 5-mana one, though. I thought I added the 4-mana one when I put it in this deck, but apparently I've never played it or owned it or anything. It was just the 5-mana one 2 years ago, so that's out of the question then. Well, yeah, Helm's just in here because of Godo. That's all it is. I think this has a potential win condition is reasonable enough. If it wasn't for Gamble, probably not. But we have Gambles, so I like it. Shove aside? Well, I gotta take cards out. I'm kind of okay with the amount of interaction. That's the burn spell, right? Yeah. I see this one a lot, too. I don't know, it's probably just better than Lava Coil. At the very least, it's probably better than Lava Coil. So I could just, like, do that at the very least. Instant speed is pretty impactful when you're playing against Tifa all day. And even Vivi, honestly. Assuming Vivi doesn't have a Mox. If it does, then I guess you're not... You weren't really ever going to do anything. I feel like the fire crystal's weird. I feel like that one's strange. It discounts my deck. Well, no, it's not bad though. If I actually draw cards, it's not bad. I don't think I can take out a mountain. Doesn't seem like that's happening. Neheb is strange. I'm not sure. Let's see. You smack your opponent. You discard any number So I smack him on turn 4, and then I discard 2 cards. Or, just a single card, actually, and I can go straight into Clive. I mean, I guess. That sounds pretty cool. Alright, what is Sarkon doing? What are you doing? You sometimes make a bunch of 5/5s, but other than that, you, like, sift the hand. Do we sift on turn 3 like this? I feel like that's really not great. Like, you draw a discard, draw a discard. You do it 4 times before you get to do anything with this. I do have some dragons, but not really many at all. It's just the looting. Which, looting's fine. You could easily put... Wait, isn't it in here? Yeah, I was about to say, Faithless Looting's fine. I see people, they don't run this because it's not like a reanimator deck or something, but this is just... Like, Faithless Looting with card selections. Excellent. Maybe I don't need Pyromancer. Twin what? Twin Flame Tyrant? No. Someone said the Dragon Dinosaur? Bone Horde? I think that's what they said. I think those are the words I heard. I like that card. That one's fine. Actually, I kind of have a fair amount of dragons. Is that true? How true is that? There's 4 dragons. Alright, never mind. That's not a fair amount. I don't think I'm ever reanimating this Phoenix. I can. It's not reliable. And it's also not even that scary to reanimate this. It's just a 2/2. It's not... It's really not that amazing at all. I don't think I want that. That one can still stay. Alright, no Sarkon. Alright, time to do some painful learning. Sure. It's an odd one, but okay. What does this do? Choose creature. That's not an arena. Oh, hey, Neheb is actually in this deck at a fair amount. Oh, wait, I lied. It's this Neheb that's in the deck. Not this one. Rip. Moving on. It's also over $1. Wow. Monument to Endurance triggering once a game seems really ugly. And like just your Clive doesn't... I don't know if I like that. Yeah, Brass Tunnel Grinder's interesting. If we do discard our stuff, Underworld Breach is ideal. One Ring is kind of okay, right? Seems like it's an odd direction to go, but this commander's rather odd. Goblin Chain Whirler's insane. That's insane to me. Well, with 3 opponents... No, it's not. With 3 opponents, you're probably going to poke something significant. I think that's probably viable. Wow, Perforos is $30. Wow. That's insane. So much insanity. Reverberate. Geosurge. We could play Iron Crag mana. Like, 4 mana, you get 7 mana. It's kind of odd, though, maybe. Well, the Koth and Chandra idea is apparently right. Nykthos is $40. Nothing new there. I don't know about Reliquary Tower, but yeah, we could potentially draw too many cards. I don't see that happening, though. Alright, so our ideas are pretty on par with what people are playing. Twin Flame Tyrants in almost half of Clive decks. And we are looking at a slower format. That makes sense. Well, 5-mana Perforos is in here. It's chilling. I don't like your Hulk. Okay. Burgie. It's only non-creatures, or is it red spells? Whatever, it's just spells. Alright. Is that a spell? Technically. For the sake of playing more creatures, I'm gonna put I could put Purging in here, I guess, and then take out. Take out 2 mountains. Huge. Shatter Skull's weird. We're just not making enough mana for that one. I think Spikefield Hazard is probably okay over just a mountain. I think I can get away with that and not be upset. I don't really care about anything this is doing, but I could just replace a mountain with it and be just like, whatever. Unless Winter Moon destroys everything and ruins stuff. Oh boy. Alright. Wait a minute, isn't there a Clive sleeve? Oop, it popped me back to the top. Well, I mean, I kind of took out all the mana rocks, but... Alright. So, we're here with Clive. Ifrit's dominant 6-mana 5/5. When it enters, you may discard your hand. You may discard your hand. And then draw cards equal to your devotion to red. So, ideally, you have more than devotion 2 when you go to cast it. Actually, if it dies, and it was the only red permanent, your devotion will be 0. And then, for 6 mana, you can flip this, and it comes back as a 9/9, which does not fly. Yeah, it doesn't fly. But it fights something, which is pretty nice. It can fight your own creatures, technically. So if your opponent Emrakul's you, I guess you could get blown out in that regard. Yeah, you can fight your own creatures. And then the next 2 chapters are the same, which are you get some mana, and then this flips back after it gave you some mana. So the mana portion is a little interesting. It sort of helps you with the cards that you filled your hand with, but I'm sure you can deduce rather quickly. This is extremely slow. This is insanely slow. It costs 6 mana. It wants devotion in play, which your mana rocks don't provide. Most mana rocks don't really provide. And then even if you gave this haste, I was kind of wishing this card just had haste instead of like if it was a 1/1, but they gave it haste, it'd be great. But then I realized that doesn't really help because it costs 6 mana to flip it, so haste doesn't get you anywhere. So it's a 12 mana investment to get like this 9/9, and it's an investment over 2 turns. So you play this, and then it goes back to your opponent. I'm sure you can imagine, on top of it being slow, that it's also extremely vulnerable. So I don't really ever imagine this flipping. I've never seen it flipped. I've played against it a few times. It's never... I don't think it's even come close to flipping. But I have seen it enter the battlefield. I can say that part. So, we got 1 drops, 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops. It's like mostly creatures, or ideally some sort of creature-based thing going on with a bunch of burn spells. I thought it was a big red commander, like Chandra or Harrogast, but it's not, because of the devotion clause and the speed at which it gets to the big portion of things. So, with that being said, I actually do think I'll try Reliquary Tower in the off chance that I somehow form a critical mass of cards with this, but I don't really expect to flip this. I just don't. I'm sure some people won't be able to kill it, and I will. But even when it does flip, it is now vulnerable to getting naturalized, because it's an enchantment. That is a little bit of a downside, honestly. You would rather that not be the case, especially against what is kind of the most popular thing ever in this format, and it's been that way for a while, which is green decks. And green decks do splash random naturalizes. So it makes the 9/9 even less reliable, if it already wasn't reliable at all. And then Godo is just a nice side plan, right, with Helm of the Host, so I got that in here. If it wasn't for Gamble, I probably wouldn't run that, but Gamble sort of gives you maybe about twice the likelihood of pulling it off, because you got like 2 Godos in your deck now. So, I don't know, maybe this is just good for getting all the lands out of your deck and randomly killing your opponent with a giant instant speed Banefire. Is a devotion deck, so Nykthos makes sense. And other than that, it's just red stuff. So we'll see. We shall see. I can complete one of my quests, and it's not the one that's 750. You were playing it on paper? So you're playing in a 3-player, 4-player format? Because that would be categorically different from what we're doing here. Hamburglar? What? Oh, the closest Ragavan we've had in a while. Maybe we can do it. I don't know. We can try. We do have the Strangle, so... We do have the Strangle. No, I already re-rolled my quest. If I see 500s, I just re-roll for a 750. I do it so fast I don't even really read them. Farseek, alright. Well, we somehow keep up with Ragavan, but I don't know. Maybe not. Farseek is probably better than Ragavan at this point. Wash away. Alright, that's not part of the plan. I don't know if I want to get rid of my mana rock, my trapped mana source, but I think I should just commit more. It's probably like the saddest 3-drop for this very specific like sequence of things, but it's just what we have, so. They probably don't kill Rag. Oh, they do. Okay. I was gonna say Legion Warboss can run away with it, though at this juncture probably not. Definitely not enough damage on its own, I would say. And yep. Yeah, I mean we're just losing to ramp spells really, even with an ideal opener. The ramp spells are just better than what we've been doing. It would be kind of sad when this commander just slowly turns into, like, the next Golos and the first sliver, instead of, like, a, you know, like a enchantment kind of thing. But it does, you know, it has its own thing going. It's got its own thing going for it. I should probably kill it. Does my opponent block with it? Probably. I don't know. Let's not let them have that ability. And this can be post-combat. I don't even actually have to cast it. I probably still should cast it. We do just die to a sweeper, but there's not really anything I can do about that, so we are just mono red. That is not a board wipe. Can still very easily have one. I think, right? I would imagine. It's the only thing that well, it's not the only thing, but okay, they did not float the Utopia Sprawl. So, Toxic Deluge. Wow. That's insane. Chat, we won. Look at that. Look at that. We actually won. Crazy. Opponent was, well, as per usual, you know, the green deck just ignoring Ragavan is funny. I don't think Ragavan single-handedly won us the game. That's sort of the Legion Warboss. This is why I said I was a bit surprised they didn't kill Legion Warboss. If they didn't have a sweeper, I know Ragavan feels bad to get hit by repeatedly, but this is going to kill you really fast. So I think they really wanted to kill this. I guess with that logic, Ragavan did win the game because it was a lightning rod for my opponent's decision making. But I think you just have to swallow. You have to bite the bullet and kill the war boss there. Cool. Very nice. Look at Clive. Let him get in there. Easiest game of our lives. We beat Farseek into removal rampant growth. Alright. Better than my emotions allowed me to accept. This is a good card, but the rest of my hand is awful, so I guess I'm just not doing that. I don't think we're Chrome Moxing. Unless we absolutely have to. Okay. Well, this is probably just the worst thing I could have seen here. I probably should try my best to... Yeah, that was the worst thing I could have seen. And it was on the play, too. Oh, shoot. Tragic. Okay, what does this actually do? Oh, it's the mill thing. Alright, it's the mill thing. And, well, this stops the bleeding. I suppose. I might actually chainsaw Esper Sentinel. Because that is Sphinx's tutelage. Oh boy, we're getting milled. We're getting milled. Alright, yeah, we're gonna chainsaw the Esper Sentinel. Because it's actually kind of annoying here. And I don't really care about my post commander. Swinging is weird. Maybe it's not. How weird is swinging? My opponent has lifelink. It always has lifelink, but I don't know. Maybe they're not paying attention and first strike exists on their turn. Maybe they're not paying attention. I don't know. And there goes Gildo. You choose? Yeah, I think this is fine later. I think the chainsaw trigger is just better up front. I mean, I could be wrong, but... Okay, they actually did not attack me. So we definitely take that. Yeah, now we'll send this here. I mean, they're going to sack it regardless. But this should put a thing on the chainsaw, right? It doesn't matter how it dies. Yeah, I think I would just do the chainsaw first. No attack this turn, so I guess Amped Raptor. It has a chance of just being bad. Maybe I should give myself the out of this here. And do that instead. Okay, this is maybe slightly better. Give myself the opportunity to potentially... Oh, we lost both Godo pieces. Oh no. Sphinx's tutelage, calm down. Please. What are you doing? No Chandra. Or well... There's Excalibur. This is the exact same thing that happened last time I played against it. Excalibur was in play. At this point, I probably would trade. Wow, they really did swing with it too. Yeah, we're trading. Very easy trade. Especially if I can kill their commander again, which I think is probably possible. And if they don't cast their commander, well, we know what that means. Wow, chat, they didn't cast their commander. I wonder what that means. Three to equip? Or do I want a treasure token? I think I want a treasure token. I can equip next turn. Although I could just do this anyways. Oh, yeah. Let's go, let's move. Okay, there's no interaction, so this is fine. It also means my opponent can't use their floating mana, so I think we just kind of benefit from that sequence. They just couldn't use their counterspell, which they made extremely obvious. Yeah, so they're floating a counterspell. And they'll probably counter anything I cast. So let's start with like the weakest thing to cast, which would actually be this. Alright, well. I'm going to lock down your blue mana until you're willing to continue the game. Okay. I'm not sure if my opponent... Okay, so... This is so annoying I can't be swinging here. It'd be just so massive to be able to swing. You missed the brew process? Oh, can't have it all. It seems to me like it makes the most sense to not play the game until my opponent has to, right? Why would I give my opponent access to counterspells? I can cast 2 spells here, actually. I'm going to wait a turn. That is the most annoying thing possible. Great. My opponent just drew that too. That is incredibly annoying. Alright, we can't really successfully dodge this counterspell. I've completely and utterly shut down my opponent's commander, though. So I guess I'll take that. Yeah, that's that. We shut down the commander, I guess. Oh, not for much longer, though. They drew a land for the turn, so... Fraying Sanity. Alright. Yeah. I think this counterspell is just gonna win the game. That's not really anything I'm able to do. That doesn't go towards that. I just lose the game if the counterspell hits me. I just lose the game if it just hits something significant, and I can't really avoid that. I can play this first, and then what? Okay, we can force the issue with this, and that's fine. They don't even have to counter this, honestly. They really don't have to counter it. Okay, they did not counter it. Shoot. Does this get first strike or anything? It doesn't. So... force the issue here? Yeah, force the issue here. Watch it be like Mana Tithe or something. It's a double blue counterspell. Oh look, it's the best one of the game. No way. So that worked out, I guess. Look at that, chat. Had to dodge Mana Drain the entire game. Look at that. Okay. Apparently there's another counterspell. We can get rid of that now. Maybe it's not a counterspell? And I just pass? Yeah, it might just get milled out here. As a wash away. Okay, chat. Well, when they have it all, there's not much you can do, so. When they have it all. They have to block the 7-1? They have to block the 7-1. No, you gotta block the 7-1, right? 9, 10, yeah, they have to. Alright, we did the best we could. I mean, we did the best we could. We played around the counter spells as best we could. It's just... I gave it my all. I don't know. Playing around Mana Drain too long, I don't... It's just gonna destroy me like when it's cast, so I just had to do what I did, I guess. Okay, I suppose that's a good start. $17. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on! You gotta be kidding me! You've gotta be kidding me! Come on. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, that is so painful. What a loss, bro. What a loss. What a loss, bruh. Oh, man. So close. So close. Oh. I'm so upset. Oh, man. Yeah, I got some in my eye, too, at the same time. Oh, that sucks. Dang it. Yeah, I mean... It's just, Mana Drain, you know? I tried to play around it. But there it is. There it is again. My opponent actually genuinely full stop utilized the mana as well because it gave him a Sphinx's Tutelage trigger from the 6 mana it generated, and I did my best to dodge it. I did my best, but there it is again, ruining games. There it is again. Mana Drain actually won the game for my opponent because of the 6 mana floating for the Sphinx's trigger. Mana Drain actually won the game. I played around it for so long. I can only do so much. I can only do so much. It's ridiculous. Oh, I'm gonna feel that one for a while. I'm gonna feel that one for a while. It's also a mono-colored deck, so Sphinx's Tutelage actually had a chance to do stuff, and it did. It was literally at its best. But, again, I mean, my opponent could do nothing, and it didn't matter. Mana Drain is hilariously stupid. Yeah, we'll play Count on Luck. I'm not gonna gamble. Triple tap land is kind of oh no, double tap land. Never mind. Alright, well I got poop out of the way. Land. I'm not gonna haste the Ragavan. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to cast it. And I like the chainsaw, so I just don't gamble here. I don't think. Oh, I should have swung. Oh no, my quest is to swing with creatures, I think. I should have swung. Unless it isn't, I don't know. Not a big deal. Ah, well, there's that card. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do against that. I suppose nothing. Oh, quite literally nothing. Alright. I guess I'll gamble now. There's only really one thing I'm after, so let's see if we keep it. We do. Lost Chainsaw. I'd prefer to not lose that. Oh, they didn't use their mana. Okay. Still just losing this game rather decisively. Helmet of the Host is funny. I don't think my opponent really cares about it, but I guess I'll cast it. Did not really expect to negate. Do you counter this? I can't equip or anything. It feels like the most innocent thing ever, so I kind of hope it just resolves. Looks like it does. And there's no attack anymore. And now they can have a ton of mana. We could just not see another turn ever again. It's definitely on the table. Okay. What is it? What else does it do? I feel like I'm happy about that. Are we happy about that? There's no answer to this helm, right? There's no answer to that? Yeah, there's no answer. So I could just get rid of Godo when I choose to. Opponent has to block, so. And I can just do it now. Does that help me? No, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, Wilderness Reclamation is just gonna... I mean, at this point, it's just over. I think. I probably have one more attempt to do something, but that thing is probably completely, like, yeah, we don't have Chaos Warp. I mean, just cast the counterspell. That's all you gotta do. I'm sure there's one in there somewhere. There it is. Alright, they had to think about it. Truly fascinating. Alright, well, Wilderness Reclamation, doubling the green deck's mana. Can't really do anything. I probably should have just scooped right when I saw it. We're not... This deck's not able to play against anything that's remotely unfair. My opponent isn't being, like, 100% honest. It's not... Where there's literally no recourse. It's just non-existent. One of these two. Why are we playing against Rusco? Oh! I didn't even look. I didn't even look. I didn't even look. I was just looking at my hand like, oh, this is a pretty nice hand. We can play the game with this. This is pretty neat. I didn't even see. I don't know, you tell me. Apparently it was a difficult Thoughtseize, too. Beats me. Apparently it was a difficult Thoughtseize. I don't know, it's one of those two cards. I'd probably take the 2-drop, but it doesn't... I don't think it matters. I don't think either of them matter. They can literally do whatever they want. Alright, it's back to this 4-2 thing. I don't have a... Okay. Is this? Yeah, it is. Okay. I could probably get rid of one of these too, honestly. Could just get rid of Wild Slash as well. Goldspan Dragon probably just like fine to not exist here. Okay, it's this. Is this the same opponent? Is this the same opponent? Did they have the same basics with the same opener? I feel like this might be the same person. Well, either way, it's the same exact thing. Yep, 5-color Ignore You decks. With apparently a 1-mana card on top of it all. So I'll swing because it's probably Swords of Plowshares. Could be Lightning Bolt, but more likely it's Swords of Plowshares. I'll take my value. It's another one? Alright. Okay. They could have just cast that for real, right? Oh no, it would have been a turn later. These are good. Maybe I can get rid of Wild Slash, though. I'd like the mana. Okay, well, now I kind of wish I had the Wild Slash, but things don't always turn out that way. We just spin for Godo. Because again, this has the chance of just outright winning the game. Lost Ragavan. Suppose I like that sequence of things happening. Could have spun for Nykthos as well, but Nykthos just for Clive is kind of weird. Like, really weird. So I don't see that as realistic. It runs Reanimate. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, why not? Oh boy. I think the fun with Terra has ended. It is now just like Golos First Sliver nonsense. They have a 1-mana spell, looks like. Sure. Well, it wasn't Lightning Bolt. It's also just not Wash Away. Alright, it's just a I lose the game next turn card. Cool. Not really sure what I'm even supposed to do here. One would argue literally nothing. Because I don't think there's anything to do. There's just no beating Emrakul, right? I don't think there is. I might as well swing because I'm going to lose everything anyways. But Emrakul's at its worst when I have like nothing that it can kill, right? They probably don't even want to cast Gilgamesh. So they just do I don't even know what. They can bolt my Torbrand, I suppose. Yeah, this is probably best. No, they shouldn't bolt the Torbrand. They should just do literally nothing. Okay, they did play a land for me. I don't know if that matters. I don't know if that matters. Probably doesn't. They definitely don't want to cast Clive. They could... No, they don't want to cast Clive. Alright, yeah, so Emrakul's not... It's definitely not his worst here. It's survivable, at least. I don't think there's a reason to do anything. Should just do nothing here. Oh. A bit confused about that. Oh, alright, there we go. No, never mind. Less confused. Less confused. Sure. Alright, so I can cast Godo, and then probably not have it do anything, but I'm still pretty invested in this line, so I'm gonna go for it. Still invested there. Alright, it's in play. My opponent has 4 cards to deal with it. Opponent has 4 cards. You must deal with the Godo combo. You have 3 cards. Can you fail to find? You can. Yeah, they could have done that. Who knows? Maybe they don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's not Clive. So, opponent did not swing. Okay. Uh-huh. We got there? No way. We got there. Oh, we did it. Okay. Oh, man, we did it. We did it. Wow. We beat the 5-color good stuff pile with the Godo combo. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's like the last thing I thought was ever going to happen. Alright. That's awesome. We beat Emrakul too. But like I said, if we commit the attack there, we just kind of do well by ourselves to not lose to it. Surprised they grabbed it. I think Ulamog would have been better. I don't know if it was castable though. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, it seems as though we keep getting the same, like, 20 cards every game. Alright, it's the same deck again, except it's not stuck to enchantments, so it's just better. I don't know if this hand is any good. Is there a 2-drop to play? Yeah, there is. I'm gonna speculate that Strangle is not gonna do anything, so... Same with this, I'm going to assume. I'm gonna play the Tauton Luck and not the Ruby Medallion. Ruby Medallion doesn't actually discount anything. This is more mana later. I was gonna say more Lama Mater or something. But I caught myself. Except I said it anyway. Is Clive in Hell Q or is it just my luck? Well, I am me, so let's not get too blown away here. Something spicy? Well, tragic. Play this. Play that. Okay, well, I have cards in play. I think the first sliver has infinite board wipes, though. Chandra's interesting. I can play Chandra and then get some devotion here. So 7. I'd rather not lose access to this card. So I'm actually going to cast it here. I really do not want to lose it. And poking is fine. Poking is fine. And this is even more damage. So I'll cast it. I think we have to just genuinely close the game out before First Sliver does something weird. Okay. That was a lot of damage. More damage than I thought I had right there. Fear of missing out is almost delirious, too. Oh, that's tragic. Faithless Looting, that's a funny one. This is actually lethal. That's kind of cool. Also, just funny. Yep. Yep, we're gonna send it. We're gonna put this... Do we cast Clive? We can cast Clive, right? I don't think there's anything else that matters. 1 extra damage is not 2 extra damage. Yeah, we'll cast Clive. I don't think it's a counterspell, so... Could have waited post-combat, but not with the floating mana, so... Alright, Clive actually did something. Would you look at that? Clive might have actually just found lethal, too, through whatever this removal spell is. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Look at that. We beat 5 color good stuff pile. Actually, we've beaten it a few times today. Huh. Okay. Can't say that was something I ever expected this deck to do, but yeah, and Clive did something this game. I'd say that too. They'd have to deal with another layer of nonsense. So, cool. Okay. Things are happening. The wheels are spinning. The gears are turning. We're getting there. We finished a quest, too. Alright, well, yeah, that's not ever happening. Unless Ragavan. Do you think we could complete the ultimate challenge? Complete the quest with Ragavan hits, specifically? Think that's possible? Alright, Clive. You keep it up, buddy. I mean, one of our losses was mana drain. I don't know how upset we can be about that, really. There's not really much recourse when that happens. Alright, it's a green deck and it's on the play. Oh, it's a bit slow. Ugh. Chat, why do we keep drawing the same half of our deck? Where are the other cards? It's the same. It's the same. It's the same half every time. I've only seen like 25 cards. Or it feels that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. We've had some pretty abysmal matchups, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like every game has felt like a complete uphill battle. There hasn't felt like this, other than the blue mill deck, which did feel like you know, we're kind of on the same wavelength, still kind of got destroyed by mana drain, so I don't know how much that ended up actually mattering. But, I'm gonna Lightning Strike that because my entire hand is nice, and I don't want to get rid of anything. Maybe Helm of the Host could have gone, but still. I'm not sure I have a good way to come back once they go crazy, and it does pretty reliably go crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to kill this as well, because again, I need to like do things. That's a, what is that? That's a Zuzo. Okay. So, Chandra doesn't kill that. Honestly, nothing does. Play a 4/4 and... This is cards, but doing a draw-go game is like how we lose, I think? I feel, maybe? I don't know. I feel like draw-go is losing. Okay, they found their Pock mana. I was never in a position to kill Pock, so I guess the game is coming to its conclusion rather soon. Assuming my opponent has the Pock payoff, which, let's be real, they always do. Let's take this and put it in play. Play you. And I think I'm going to not play this free mountain, because these two lands are probably going to be played. Like, I play this and that for Clive instead. And, I mean, yeah, I'm just not missing my land drop, so I don't need to play the mountain is my main point. Alright, so technically didn't have the instant payoff, I guess, but Vorin Collects is a bunch of mana, but it's a green deck. It's not... It's just going to have Omniscience by turn 5. There's not really anything I can do about that. It feels like an easy block. Opponent's probably right to not swing. I would not swing either. So you... This. I mean, this is the best I have. I have to do that now. Might as well. Do this. Alright, we have a bunch of stuff, and maybe our opponent doesn't have something. I don't know. Winter Moon not doing anything. 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 mountains in play. So... And there's not anything I can do to change that. I can do 6 to something? So I will? Oh, excuse me, it's a little bit more than 6. Chat, don't listen to me. And there's no real attack. I guess there actually is. I don't know how much the 4 damage matters, but... I don't know, they're at the mana, so they just, like, tooth and nail and all that jazz is on the table. That is not tooth and nail. They don't have any lands in hand? Unless they just drew one. Okay. So 2 fetch lands? Sure. They can be the tapped fetch lands. I don't think they're playing those. I don't normally see that in POC. The only reason I've been seeing POC lately is because of all the Final Fantasy sets having no weight. So I'm just... It's like this all day. Look, we're putting a good show for it, alright? We're not just getting schmeeded. This doesn't even have some, like... It doesn't even flip into haste or anything. Ugh. It can technically kill their stuff, though. We might actually flip... Okay, they did draw land for the turn. We might actually flip the Bristly Bill. And they have 3 mana. I can take this. Now I have to think. If I take this, I take 17... Yeah, we can take this because it's not lethal. Does this give trample? Nope. They're at 15. Yep, this puts counters on stuff. They should wait for a combat trick before they go for this. I would wait to slip me up in some regard, but my opponent did not. It doesn't matter that much. I was aware of it, but maybe I wouldn't be. Yeah, this is basically our last turn. None of that has trample, so that's not 100% true, but I think I can kill my opponent here. We'll try. We'll make the best effort we can. So, you... Alright, so we have basically Omniscience from Nykthos. And Torbrand is in play. No, I don't like Haste Enablers. This is 3 damage. That's a good start, actually. Torbrand. Play you. Splitting Earth. Bristly Bill. And then play Fear. Doesn't matter what I Splitting Earth, it's not one-shotting anything. This here. Shock that. Make a bajillion. Heist a, Okay, that's funny. I could have actually put more mountains in play. That's really funny. Alright, so if I swing, are they dead? If I swing, are they dead? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Alright, so no flipping Clive. And I'll remove the blocker. Nice. We beat Pock. We did it. We beat Pock. We did it. Oh, the Fire Crystal is in here. I don't think it's really that great, but it is in here to answer your question. Yeah, well, we didn't get to flip this. It doesn't have haste or anything. These are we're getting scenarios where I'm actually swinging with this, which I didn't really envision ever happening. But, yeah, when you exile it, it comes back and it has Summoning Sickness, because it exiles. If it transformed itself, it would keep the lack of Summoning Sickness, but it exiles itself, so it comes back and can't swing. I feel like this would have been completely fine if it could, but it can't. Just another thing that goes against it. I would have lost it as an attacker if I flipped it, but I don't think I needed it. I think they were dead regardless, but... Yeah, look at that. Pock without Tooth and Nail or one of the draw equal to power cards, and we did it, I guess. Alright. What tower? We killed someone with the red channel land. I've never done that before. But I don't normally play beatdown nonsense. Okay, it's Feather. We're just going against the entire roster of Degeneracy. It's Feather on the play too. Ugh. Where are the normal decks? Please, please. I want the normal decks. Stop. It's like I'm forced to play against tier 1. Reliquary Tower? Oh, I guess it did. I guess it did, yeah. I suppose they did do something, so... No way you play Feather without Mox? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You sit there and you skip a turn. That's what I thought. It doesn't really help me in the long run, but I suppose I can maybe make something of it. I don't know. We die so quickly, there's just no answer to Feather. It's just not... happening. How are you not playing what? What do you... Okay, I'm so confused. And protection spell? Counter spell? Spell? Mana Tithe? Reprieve? Okay, sure. That seems a little crazy, but I guess we take that. How do you not play Feather there? Must be a 2-mana protection spell or something. Oh, well. And here's a part where the game is over, because Feather is dumb, and I have no business playing against it. Alright. Alright, maybe we'll play against something that isn't tier 1 for like 2 seconds, and I'll enjoy myself. It's in there. I promise, it's in there. I'm sure most people are probably playing the best commanders ever, so it probably has a bias towards pitting you against it, because that's like the most played thing. It's like bracket 5 stuff. Alright. Okay. Blood Moon or bust. Yeah, screw you. I'm sending it. Screw you. Screw everything. I'm sending it. Yes! Oh. Oh. Oh, we did it. Oh, we're getting away with just literal war crimes. Just getting away with war crimes. I mean, this is what you gotta do if we're gonna play against, like, the insane things and not, like, normal stuff, so... That's what you gotta do. Sometimes it works. Ugh. Okay. Alright. Alright. Maybe someone at Wizards just thinks mono red is too problematic, so they just force them to play against tier 1 bracket 5. Like, oh man, I hate playing against mono red. Oh, just put them all against bracket 5. You'll never see them. You'll just never see them then. It's like, oh, that's a great idea. I like the way you think. Alright, well, it's another ignores you deck, and I'm on the draw against it. Oh, that's that. Okay. Some people do like their solitaire. People do be liking their solitaire. That is the entirety of green. On the play with rampant growth, that is lights out. Oh look, it's a reasonable commander. It only took 2 hours. Nice. It only took 2 hours, chat. We finally found one. Not to say I'm just going to win, but I think we're probably playing, you know, at the same level. Ah, this is not a Faithless Looting turn. Guide of Souls. It's the old MH3 opener. Let's find out. Could have done either of these. I don't know. Instant speed is value. Cleric class. Go for it. think I actually just get rid of that here, because my hand is fine. That's fine. Unless I just desperately need lands later, which is possible. Let's spend our mana. So this is for 3. Let's play Ka. Hey, we did it. Look at that. 0 blow up your board? I don't know what that means. Fury? Fury does that. Oh. A Johnny 0. Well, don't you need a big life total? Isn't it like 15 more than your starting life total? I think I could probably keep that in check pretty decently. Okay. Another 5-colored good stuff pile. I don't think I want that. Guess it's another Blood Moon. I mean, if we're going to play against the 5-color decks all day, Blood Moon definitely looking pretty nice, I guess. No 2-drop is pretty sad, though. I didn't draw one. Honestly, even a 1-drop would have been fine. Yeah, it can happen if I don't interact, which my deck is full of burn spells, so I don't know. If my opponent's at like 55, I guess, congratulations, but I'm pretty well suited to stop that. And I actually did, so... Yep, this is my punish for saying a Johnny was a reasonable matchup. It's just like, oh, what did you say about reasonable? You said the word reasonable in there? Boy, do I have words for you. Alright, let's lead with a threat, because they have a basic in play already. Might as well. If it's a plains, we're upset. Alright, it's not a plains. We could have went for it, but again, I mean... Forest it's a forest. Do we have another basic? Yeah, sure, it's pretty likely. Okay, we do. Alright, well, this is just bad. This lines up terribly. You have to sling with the new one? Yeah. I think I'm still blood mooning, but it's definitely just not like doing much anymore. Maybe I shouldn't then. No, I'm still going to. It's at its best here, might as well. It's just at its best, which is not good. They get that plains, and then if they have get lost, I guess the game just ends. Damage? Or damage? Yeah, we're gonna do the damage route. We're gonna try to kill this. And get rid of Neheb at this point. Alright, stone forged armor. Get in there. We're doing it. It's happening. We're doing it. We're getting our ball lightnings in. Look at that. Oh, that's so ridiculous. Oh, that's so ridiculous. Alright, we need 1 damage. We have it in the channel land, actually. We do have it in the channel land. Yep, there it is. Get wrecked. Get totally schmeeded. Didn't even need the lightning bolt, chat. Didn't even need it. Ugh. Glorious. Glorious. Look at that. Look at Clive doing stuff. Look at him. Look at him do stuff. Nice. Love it. That was 12 damage. Yeah, this is the second time the channel land killed someone. No, I wouldn't cast Lightning Bolt until my opponent has shown me priority. And they did not have priority. It was like auto-passing. So there's no reason to throw that out there. If you don't have to, obviously. Which we didn't have to for lethal. Alright, so Blood Moon not reliable against Tat... Well, nothing's reliable against Tatyova. I don't have a creature either. Ooh, no, can't do that. Okay, if Wild Slash is useful, this hand is great. If it isn't, this hand is not very great. But I don't want to go to 6. So it is what it is. It has a decent chance of being useful. Tragic. It's not useful. Oh well. It's not too late, but still. I don't think I can play this as my land for the turn. Maybe. Alright, it would have worked out if I did. It would have worked out if I did. They played the Rampant Growth. I suggest no one ever play. but yeah, so... Alright, we will play this as a land. Looks like we're past the 1 damage thing doing anything, so... Winter Moon, not looking great. Lannery Storm, I think, is the best here, because it goes into Winter Moon. I still probably just lose to Mana Drain instantly, though. But I'm not in a position like last game to play around Mana Drain. Oh, the last time they had Mana Drain, I mean. Alright, yeah, so Winter Moon's not doing anything anyways. Guess I'll just keep the treasure token. It can do stuff. I don't know if it's going to do it in time, though. Alright, if they use their mana, it's useful again. We did it! We're just faster than the green ignores you deck. We did it. But like I said, yeah, the Wild Slash was useful and we won. Who would have guessed? The Wild Slash was useful and we won. Yeah, this is the Rampant Growth I say to never ever play. Just play a Mana Dork instead in that spot. It's kind of better, slightly maybe, than a Mana Dork because Tatyova and it's a land. So it's like almost the same. But you just play a Mana Dork. I'm not a fan of Emergent Sequence. It can be bigger than a 2/2. It was possible, which, like, if they had, I don't know, some other ramp spell in the same turn. Who sacked what? Wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's Cloud. Okay. Is this a reliable way to deal with Cloud? I feel like it kind of is not, but maybe it is. Who knows? Definitely a game being on the play would be rather massive. But maybe they just cast it on turn 2 and say screw it? No, I didn't think so. It is the Stoneforge Mystic Enjoyer. I was not a fan of this in this deck. You're already doing that. So, should kill it if I aim to not lose to some giant equipment that could just enter instantly, so... We play this, and I don't think I'm bolting. I already played a land for the turn, no reason to Faithless Looting. What else does this do? There's 2 swords, right? Fire and Ice is almost just lights out. Okay, they got the red-green one. I feel like Fire and Ice is better, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're both just the same. Alright, didn't draw land, so now this is on the table. Oh, I could just get it here, actually. Hold on. Almost didn't see that. And I really don't like obliterating bolting a living weapon, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. I can kill that with Koth. There's a pretty solid chance I should kill it with Koth as well. I think the biggest issue... Okay, we'll start here. We'll start here. See what happens. Alright, Burgee, not really great here. And I can cast this out of the graveyard. Eidolon's also not necessary. Yeah, Eidolon's just not necessary here. So strike it rich. And get rid of the armor. See what we draw. Yeah. That's funny. Do I take this? I take this. Oh, what about this? Equipped creature is flying and you can't lose the game, your opponents can't win. Not sure how they stop that from existing. I should probably do that, yeah. And I keep the treasure token. No, I commit more to the board. I can apply modicum of pressure. Brawl? Yeah, this is historic brawl. It's not standard. Alright, well, all of our attempts to do anything have been completely undone. I can still equip this. I can still equip this. I don't have... I'm not gonna die next turn, so... I can start here. Okay, Godo's on the table. Godo's on the table! I can't do it in one turn cycle, though. But with this equipment, there's a pretty good chance that this does something rather serious. So, we'll see. I wouldn't kill Clive. Wow, they did kill... I was going to say, I probably would not kill Clive. You don't want to give me that opportunity again. But my opponent did. Also, this equipment shuts down my my Platinum Angel anyways. It's not anything I do. This is why I wanted to take the board wipe, and, well, I didn't take the board wipe. And now we're feeling the searing pain of not taking the board wipe. Great. Plus 4. I do stream on Twitch. What do you mean? Here. Here. Whoop, that's not it. Here. Faithless Looting. Probably should have done this first, but I didn't. Get wrecked. That was terrible. How much time do I have? 2 turns? Oh yeah, you're right, it doesn't win. Vigilance first strike. Doesn't win. Okay, Godo does not work. Yep, I should have stole the sweeper. Should have stole the sweeper. Whatever. Lame. I have no outs. Should have stole the sweeper. Oh, stupid. Should have stole the sweeper. Probably would have won on the spot. I thought the can't win, can't lose thing is was fine, but nope. My opponent didn't show me either of the cards either. They needed the equipment to kill creatures, and they needed a creature to put it on, and they just had, like, honestly the best thing possible. And I had no recourse. It's borderline the best thing possible. I could probably even beat the... Yeah, I could just beat the protection from Red's sword there. It's just, like, blowing up my creatures was the problem. It was absolutely the best case scenario for him. But I saw it out and didn't take it, which was stealing my opponent's board wipe. Burgie has been terrible. Might want to take that one out too. Just hasn't done anything. Steamkin feels definitely more reasonable. Burgie has done literally nothing. Okay. I don't know if I've played against this before, but it's just 5-colored good stuff, right? Alright, chat. You ever miss sequence? You ever just not do things in the right order? I sure do. Yeah, that was a terrible turn. Wow, whoops. Oops. That was a really bad turn. Not my greatest turn. I will say that. Definitely not my greatest turn. So this adds 3 mana? Right? No. Okay. And pass. The only mana you don't lose is the one she creates. I did? It was the Lyris? Oh, the Lyris player. Okay. Sure. So far, no towns have been played. A bit strange. 5 towns, crit 2/2. Yeah, they played no towns. They played fetch lands with Crucible of Worlds, which I'm pretty sure can't find any towns. That's kind of strange. Okay. I feel like Golos is the best towns commander. You should just play that if you want to play towns. It's also the best Guildgate commander. The best Eldrazi Temple commander. The best anything that cares about lands commander, except maybe Pock. But Pock is stuck in green. Yeah, the 5-color Cyberbully thing has definitely been working. Even on the draw, actually, it's been working. This is Ragavan, right? Is that Ragavan? I don't know, they're all stupid. It is Ragavan. Alright, I have not seen Ragavan played in quite a minute. It is literally putting me against the sweatiest of things today. Like, we're the same color, but my opponent is Ragavan, so, well. If you expect to see Ragavan, I would just suggest you replace Clive with Ragavan in your command zone. Instead of, you know... just untapped, so it's like a spelunking deck? Sure. Alright, it's a Ragavan player that has to think about stuff. That's very interesting. Nah, this is still way better. What are we doing? Come on. You can do it. Your mono red Ragavan. There you go. Okay, that actually... that is something to think about. Those are thinking cards, which I did not really expect. Okay, I did draw something very, very nice there. What'd they get rid of? Royal Eruption in a land. Okay, it's also a sweaty Ragavan because it's playing Snowlands. I mean, this is like... someone's been playing this deck for like 6 months type Ragavan deck. So, this first? Sure. Get rid of the crystal. Alright, well, we're ahead, but I did miss my land drop. That is very significant. Opponent looking for reaction now, maybe? No lands, get wrecked. Don't worry, opponent, I have no lands either. Alright, yep, look at that. We beat Ragavan. We actually beat Ragavan. Wow, a sweaty Ragavan player, too. Look at that. Alright, Clive is clearly tier 1. We're doing it. It's tier 1. So this is what today means. Today means it's been tier 1 day. Clive is bracket 5. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. If I did not draw that goblin there, I don't know what was going to happen though, to be honest. But I was willing to stay in the game missing my land drops. The Ragavan player wasn't. Alright? Let it be known. Let it be known. Alright, these are unachievable, but the Lightning Bolt is useful. I don't think I'm keeping a hand because of Lightning Bolt. That seems ridiculous. So there's like Stern Scolding, infinite 1-mana burn spells, infinite 2-mana burn spells. I think it's just Stern Scolding. There's no Stern Scolding. Oh, there could be sticks as well. Alright, looks like no Mox Avenue. Faithless Looting. That could definitely get rid of Goldspan Dragon. So, sure. My opponent gets it, but that's... okay, it looks like I sort of dodged a bullet here. I was going to draw crap. I guess I'll take that. This also lets me keep the treasure token, which is what I really want it to do. I don't expect myself to be able to kill VV. Otherwise, I would not have cast Faithful Looting there. Shove Aside is a... Any pre-combat nonsense? No, I don't think so. Okay. And now what? 5, 3. Okay. I think this is my only line. So Mox is back on the uh-oh table. Uh-oh SpaghettiOs. Which I don't think they had last turn. Howl Squad Heavy? I don't think I'm playing that, no. What does this do? When it mutates, return target instant sorcery. Alright, that is not mutated. So... it will most assuredly block Ragavan, though. I think I'm just casting this? Because Fable... I mean, Fable actually does kind of give me my mana back. But I don't have an attack here, which is the main issue. Yeah, we got some problems here, for sure. Opponent drew that for the turn. Yeah. Gemstone Caverns, really? Oh, wow. I like that one. Alright, you're not really doing much. And Forge might be too slow at this point. Especially my opponent having any degree of interaction. Although, it's still a card I can actually cast. I don't think the Rodeo's doing anything. Yeah, that's okay. And we can just exile? Because I don't need... yeah, we'll just exile. Maybe there's something there. Glorybringer. Alright, it runs into a sweeper, but it's a free card, so... I mean, excuse me, a counterspell. But I just access to more resources by just throwing it out here. There are problems for swinging all out, but I'm willing to commit into those problems. Okay, that's not really what I expected, but that is what happened. I still don't want to attack, though. I gave him access to this, but if we didn't, we would be drawing a bunch of lands here, so... Isn't there a... whatever the other Legion War boss is? Rabble Master? Do I poke my opponent? No, I don't think so. I think I will play my land. I don't know if the channel is going to matter. It's very likely that the land I play matters. So I'll play the land. Chandra does have an ultimate. I mean, yeah, Gemstone is another really strong card. We're slowly getting closer and closer to Timeless, if we aren't already there. Kind of feels like we're already there. Mana Drain and Dark Ritual and all that. Might as well just give us Oko. I don't even know why Oko's banned, actually. I don't even know why, actually. Oko's not even that crazy. Oko on turn 2 is like, who cares? Yeah, some people will just be upset. It's like, but it's banned. It's like the Jitte argument. People thought the new Jitte was broken. Because it's like, oh, it's just the old one, but better. It's like, no, it's not. It's not even really close, actually. It's not even... They're in the same ballpark. If you unbanned Jitte, the world would continue. Alright, so there could still be interaction. Like, unbanning the old Jitte is fine here. I should play this. Yeah. Yeah, I should absolutely play this card. And then just, draw into that. Alright, kind of sad, actually. Kind of sad. Do I keep this? Do I loot it? Do I cast it? I think I just play it as a land. Yeah, kind of lame. Alright, Clive it is. Can I put Clive on top? I should probably not do that. Actually. And swing, 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 swing. Doesn't do anything. Alright. I've gotten just utterly stonewalled by this 2-3. There's only 2 cards in hand. We are threatening a Chandra ultimate. They must do something about it. I mean, we're already in Timeless Brawl. It's just Timeless. Alright, apparently we have to think about overloading a Cyclonic Rift. I don't know why that requires any brain power, but alright. They had to think about it, chat. They had to think about, do I overload Cyclonic Rift? Interesting. This is not quite mana neutral, but it's close enough, I guess. So, get rid of Ragavan with this? Play this, or these two? Probably these two. Amp Raptor can show up later. Well, they're in top deck mode, so... Fear of missing out, not really doing anything anymore. Ping, exile, 7... Okay. Oh, God. I'm gonna float a mana here. So, I can kill one of the VVs, and let's be honest, I probably have to. So, strangle... this. Get a treasure token. Chat, I targeted the wrong one. I targeted the wrong VV. Oh my God. Oh, it's fine. It's fine unless it isn't. I targeted the wrong VV. I'm an idiot. I don't know, they're still in top deck mode. Maybe you can make something of it. That was a nightmarish mistake, though. a disastrous mistake, honestly. It was easily one of the worst things I could have done. So, are we quite there with the Godo gamble? No, not quite. Alright, let's lead with a serious threat then, I guess. Should still probably gamble for Godo? Make a show of it, maybe? Okay, well, we didn't lose it. I can cast this now. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. I forgot about the runaway Steamkin mana. Oh, get wrecked. Oh. I forgot about the runaway Steamkin mana. Alright, well, we almost blundered 6 ways to Sunday. I saw VV in my head. I'm like, oh, I just killed VV with the bolt after it blocked. But then it was the other VV because, you know, what's better than one VV? 2 of them. I just completely spaced it, even though they're right next to each other. Fortunately, it didn't blow us out of the water there. But yeah, this bought my opponent an insane amount of time. However, there's a lot of cards in VV, once you're low cards in hand, to also have counter spells and other things while doing anything that cares about VV is hard to do both, especially with just 2 cards. But they thought about they sat there and thought for a long time about Cyclonic Rift, and I don't really know why. If I was going to be less complainy about it, I guess, maybe is the way wording. Hyperbolic. If I was to take a more serious approach as to why they really had to think about Cyclonic Rift, was, did they want to wait till my end step so I get completely blown out? But with the Chandra ultimate in the pressure, I don't think they ever could. I really think you're just always sending Cyclonic Rift there. I'm not sure. In some sense, it's kind of like taking an extra turn, because I have to rebuild and redeploy everything. And you also get to hit me, so, like, I don't know, I think the Cyclonic Rift there is pretty straightforward. Maybe it isn't. I'm really trying to look at it from the other side. So, that just feels so obvious to me, though. Like, what else are you doing? I don't know what this card was, but it clearly wasn't useful. So the Gamble Godo thing has been really, really useful. We've never discarded Godo to gamble yet, but that is certainly a thing that you have to dodge. But that out has been very strong, and like I said, with Gamble, having it twice as often is extremely useful. Very crucial there. Alright, yeah. I don't think I needed it to win that game, but it definitely stopped my opponent from seeing more cards, which is very useful. At the very least, useful enough. So for the matchups we've had, we've done extremely well for ourselves, given the bracket 5 stuff I've seen. No, I wouldn't say VV's one of those, but just, you know, up to that point. I think VV's bracket 5 if you always have Mox. If you don't, then it's like, you know, just solid. Oh, I guess Mana Drain too, actually. Yeah. If you have, like, Mox or Mana Drain, it's probably just... Although VV doesn't exploit Mana Drain as bad, but it can still just take an extra turn with it and, like, play an extra land, and it's kind of the same as getting to the Mox. Oh, I just Mana Drain, extra turn, play the land, and then, you know, I have Mox in play with an extra land. Cast a creature, doesn't share a type. Copy it. Alright, so you copy all your stuff. I've seen this once before, and it was a long time ago. I can't remember what it looked like. Probably like a Guardian project. It's basically Guardian project in the command zone. It's been a while since I've seen this. I don't think I played it. I don't think I've played it. We have never had a relevant Cavern of Souls either. Twitching Doll. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to kill anything you play. So I can continue the game. That would have been phenomenal. Oh, no, it wouldn't have, because I would have commit this later. Yeah, never mind. This probably isn't actually even all that great in this matchup. Well, that's not true. I mean, most decks kind of stop at 3 mana, so... It's actually not really that true. It's not like I'm not going to play it. At the beginning of your end step. Alright, well, you're not going to sack your commander. But do you play your commander? Not very likely. Oh, they do? Wow. Okay, well, you can't sack it now, though. No Sacky the Commander. Unless you have some nuts thing off the top. Then I suppose you do. Alright, apparently there is an idea. Alright, it's worth it. What is it? This probably blows up my Count on Luck here. You could go for a land as well. I'm probably killing the Count on Luck, though. It's close. Okay, it's close. Both are honestly reasonable decisions. Both are reasonable. This does not stop anything for my opponent. So we'll just take this. Yeah, Blood Moon's not doing anything, really. I'll just take the card. I can see the validity of my opponent's decision there. Tempo cannot be created nor destroyed, merely transferred from one player to the other. Alright, well, Blood Moon, of course, would have just wound up doing something and, well, rip us, I guess. Return target creature controls the power's hand. That creature wasn't token. Make a duplicate. Okay, so you have one yourself, and you have a random 6-drop. Yeah, it looks like Blood Moon would have, in fact, been useful. But far from me to play around the... I think, like, the only land in the game that generates more mana than whatever. Enters or attacks, put a slime counter on up to one other creature. It's stuck as a 2/2. Alright. Well, if I want Godo to be in the game, I need to play this. And I don't really have ideal other lines, so I might as well just commit it. And I don't think there's a 2-drop. Am I playing Eidolon? No. No, nothing else to do. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like I had anything to do anyways. I don't think Blood Moon matters anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, Birthing Rituals just thrashing us. Oh, it's or attacks. Really? Okay. They slimed the Eidolon. I feel like I would have waited a turn, because now I don't take damage. You could have done that last turn. I sack it anyways. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, no way! Are you serious? Okay. Alright. Is it a human? Yep. Well, we're not out of it, but it's in play. It's in play. Oh, the fact that you can get chainsaw is just so cool. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Okay, wait. Hold on. We found it. Eidolon, go away. I have to slime this. Kill that, I mean. Wow, chainsaw mattered too. Wow, man. Oh. Godo, you brutal dog. Is my opponent aware? Do they know what's up? Alright, they're mousing over it. I would assume they know what's up. Yeah, alright, tragic. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's just like the worst thing ever. Oh well. Birthing ritual, and then they just had an act of treason in blue-green. Of course they did. I don't think there's anything I can do at this point. I'm just getting soloed by birthing ritual. Well, made a good show of it, I guess, but we'll see. I want to say good game. Is it over? It definitely feels like it's kind of over, but I wouldn't say I'm completely out of it. How is this a good game? Am I dead? 7, 8. It's only 8 damage. Where am I dead here? What am I not understanding? Do you have Cyclonic Rift? Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? Does this kill me? Target creature... This creature gets +2/+2 for each time it attacks. Okay, do you have extra turns? Okay. Cityscape leveler. Alright, yep, now we're dead. Cool. Well, we had an out, and it didn't work out. I couldn't punish the good game early chatter either. Tragic. We just got completely soloed by Birthing Ritual. My opponent was just doing whatever. They were just casting the card that was castable in Birthing Ritual. Literally did the rest of it. They didn't have to really think about anything. Just cast your green cards and ramp. Just a blue-green pile. Now it's a red-green pile. Oh boy. I think I'm taking out Amped Raptor. It's been kind of disappointing every time. And game's over. Cool. Totally isn't timeless. This totally is not timeless. Yeah, we're taking out Amped Raptor. It's been disappointing. What else has been disappointing? This hasn't worked yet, but maybe it has, because every time I've tried to cast it, it's been dealt with. Fire Crystal has been kind of lame, but I said it was going to be lame, and it is actually lame. Probably just take that out as well, honestly. Maybe it's not lame enough to take out quite yet. Yeah, it's the only one in Standard is that one. And it's going to be in Standard, I think, forever. It's just an evergreen. Wait, what? It's like an evergreen card in Foundations. Breaches? I haven't played Breaches yet. No, I played Breaches in one game and have not been able to swing with it. But I think Breaches is okay. It's not like the best card in my deck, but it's not the worst. Squee is interesting. What was the card? What was the other goblin? Oh. I mean, this is not really the same. You don't have, like, scaling damage. It's just one extra damage a turn. That's not the same at all. Max speed is funny. But, no, this is not the same. That's not the same at all. I'd want Rabble Master. I might actually craft Rabble Master for this deck. I think I will. Well, maybe not. Already been streaming for 3 hours. Maybe I'm not. But this would be. This is the other one. I don't like the Howl Squad. If it had scaling damage, but one goblin a turn, where the max speed thing's not real. It's just not real. 2 hours ago, I'd have crafted Rabble Master though, for sure. Not at this point. I'm gonna just spend my card somewhere else. If this was like Iconoclast. Yeah. Oh yeah, Burgie's also just been completely useless. Doesn't really surprise me. Even honestly, if I was a big red deck, still think this wouldn't be useful. I don't think this honestly should have ever been in here. Unless we're considering the 5-mana side of it. There's a chance the 5-mana side was useful. Probably too slow for this exact deck, though. I've actually never seen the 5-mana side played, so... What's the... Yeah, one goblin's more than 0 turn? You're right. What's the blue... The red Seek New Knowledge? There it is, this thing. I've been impressed with this one. No, Chain Whirler was not in here. I don't think I like Chain Whirler that much. Flubs likes it, yeah. Why do people keep saying Hamburglar? What is Hamburglar? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Someone said Hamburglar. Someone else said Hamburglar. Sounds like a German thing. Und ich spreche Deutsch nicht so gut. Oh, Burgie. Oh. I don't get it. It's too deep for me. I feel like Monstrous Rage... Hamburglar was McDonald's mascot? I thought it was Burger King. No, Burger King's the king. I don't know. I haven't gone to McDonald's in like 10 years. Maybe longer, actually. I haven't been to McDonald's or Burger King in like 10 years. I don't... My fast food of choice is Domino's. And it's actually been a while since I've relapsed on pizza. I did have a pizza problem. I used to eat pizza every single day. Without question. That was what I was eating. But I stopped. I wasn't even getting fat. But I was just only eating pizza. So, while I wasn't getting fat, I was certainly not going to get old. Teamer Battle Rage is interesting. But it's not really only interesting with Clive, honestly, and how many times has Clive mattered, so it's probably not realistic. Willy Goblin's kind of cool. It makes a treasure, it adds a lot of devotion, but boy, is it useless in the intermediate. Without Clive, this is just, like, terrible to me. I mean, Nykthos, actually, there's also Nykthos, so there's kind of like two cards. Oh, jeez, there's even more fireworks. It's like a volley. I think the stadium's going crazy. Count Chocula. Was that one of them? Count Chocula? Or is that a cereal? I don't eat cereal. I don't know. I need a card in here. Oh, what about this? You know what? The plus is so ugly. Oh my goodness, the plus is so ugly. The 0 is kind of bad too. Well, the -2 is solid. I could do better. I can do better than that. Count Chocula was a cereal? Okay. I know the Tricks Rabbit. Kill Bill. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. I know that. I know Toucan Sam. What's the one my dad used to eat? The peanut butter one. Peanut Butter Crunch. Whatever, the Captain Crunch? Captain Crunch. What a name. That's nuts. Captain Crunch, dude. Alright, it's definitely being a creature. It's definitely a creature. That's what we're adding. Crunchitize me, Captain. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's all coming back, see? And it used to have like the maze on the back of the box that I could do instantly. Because I was a genius child. I was a prodigy. Look at me now. Look at me now. I keep going back to Dire Fleet Daredevil. And there's some cards that my opponent could play that are actually really nice. Even ramp spells are potentially okay with this. It has First Strike as well. It's not quite the red Snapcaster Mage, but it's as close as you can ask. And Dread Horde, not really casting that much. Although Gambling Twice is pretty solid. I'm not gonna blow my nose. I did the best I could. When you decouple Captain Crunch from cereal, it's pretty metal. Captain Crunch? It's like a... It's like a... That's like a... I don't think it's metal at all. That's funny. I don't... Oh, yeah! Charming Scoundrel. Alright, right. I forgot that existed. I feel like Captain Crunch is like a Mad Max sidekick. Like some... I don't know, this just doesn't seem metal to me. Like, if you're... I don't know. I'm not taking you seriously. In any context. I was just not doing it. Even without the cereal. Like, Captain Crunch. Is that like the name of a super mutant from Fallout 4, maybe? Or a, Alright, now I'm gonna get hung up on that too long. We gotta play more games. Point is, I don't agree. I don't think you can, I don't think contextually you could ever make Captain Crunch metal. I picture it as just like, you know, the big strong one of the crowd. Like it's like a crew of motley adventurers, and Captain Crunch is the one they like. He kicks the doors down and suplexes the guardians of the dungeon. Like a DM for D&D, Captain Crunch might be a character I'd have like as an NPC that follows him around. Yeah, like WWE. Captain Crunch. Ah, damn. That's wild. Ah, shoot. Here we go. Look what you did to me. There are valid 2 drops, and I will play one of them. It's not this one. Let's get rid of this. Here's whatever it's called. The Crunchling Adventure? Never heard of it. Ridiculous. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Oh, okay. You have no mountains. That doesn't do anything. They just have a 6/6. That is a problem, though. I won't lie to you. If they have a basic, I'd probably just lose. And they have a basic. Alright, cool. You got it. Why not? No fetch land in your 3-color deck. You just have basic island. Yay! Well, we tried. We got crunchitized. Ah, man. I'm gonna now the giggles. Dang it. It's not even that funny. You think it's my list? Am I famous enough? It's not my list. I don't recommend fast lands. My opponent's playing Spire Bluff. Well, I feel like this game is already over. But who knows? Maybe it isn't. Not looking good. Not looking good. So that's a good one. I can't play it though. So just do this then. They have an upkeep stop? Oh, so there's an instant that responds to the Needlehead. Just like Shieldred. Same thing as Shieldred. It'll auto stop for you. I'd love a removal spell here. Alright, no removal spell. Do they let me swing? I'll take that for sure. Okay. No Neheb. I don't even like Count on Luck here. Whatever. I'm so sick and tired of playing around Mana Drain. I'm just so tired of it. I don't always have it. That's right. You take your medicine. That's right. That's right. Yes. No, it will not. It will not auto-stop if you have no responses. Looks like there's a 1-mana spell, and it is black or red, so it could be Lightning Bolt. Those are good cards. Not as good as a land would have been. We do lead with this, though, for sure. Could have played Soulscar Mage first. Not totally necessary, though. I think I am still playing it, so I probably should have played it. Alright, it was Lightning Bolt. Yeah, should have... yeah. Should have played it first. I wonder if this is the kind of deck that hides with this the whole game? Probably. Maybe there's no reason to ever truly look at it like that, though. Wait, why are we not playing Chain of the Rocks? We should be probably playing Chain of the Rocks. I always forget that exists. This is a Lightning Bolt? Probably takes out the Ragavan? Oh, that's just... gross. I never did that with this commander. I never had that happen. That's disgusting. Wait. What? Okay. Well, I mean, the habit is. Oh no. Oh no. Every streamer has their meme card. Every streamer has their meme card. You just don't know mine. This has to be worth it. Let's see if it is. And it is. Alright. Wow, to a degree. That's just 3 damage. Could be better to just leave the mana up instead of making it 3-5. Davriel? Well, no. Davriel, that's just, you know, that's more of a relationship type thing. I can kill that. Let's swing with this first. There's no way they block it, so... That's what I thought. Do I kill that? Do I have to do anything else? Nope. I don't even have to do anything. I really just... I'm not gonna make a move on this card. Rebrewing Kuja? No. Wait a minute. Didn't I just play against you? Maybe not. Alright, this looks all spooky and stuff, but you still gotta do something with it. Apparently it involves exactly 5 mana. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage... Alright, let's Burst Lightning the Phantasmal Image, because that one is permanent, doesn't go anywhere. No shot. Do you kill me here? That was the grossest thing that could have happened. Alright. That's like lights out probably. Yep. That's probably just lights out. Well, it is what it is. And they apparently have a 1-mana spell on top of it all. So here, see what happens. course there's interaction, why wouldn't there be? I think I have to cast Clive, so I will. I don't think this thing is doing anything. Yeah, I most assuredly have to cast that here. Alright, well, my hand is awful. That did not help at all. But I did come back from the draws 65 here. But I didn't really get anything. And I'm still just dying to haste tokens. Just getting completely clowned at this point. The Prodigy just existed for too long. This is the first time Eminence has felt, like, really stupid that wasn't on Edgar. Usually Edgar is the one that makes Eminence feel like just so dumb, but this is kind of the first time I felt like the wizard one was just really egregious. To be fair, I could still genuinely do something, but I didn't draw any of the good cards in my deck. It is what it is. I don't think that was completely over if I drew slightly better. So, maybe it's not as bad as I feel. Oh shoot, I forgot to add Chain in the Rocks. Oops. Next game. Well, so far this game has been playing itself. Okay. Wait, is this infinite? Wait a minute. What? Okay, I was about to say, that doesn't actually just infinitely give me infinite combat steps, does it? No. I mean, I feel like I haven't really made any decisions in that game. Alright, yeah. The game sort of just played itself. but I won, so that's cool. Did I have any choices this game? No, not really. Maybe at the end I could have copied something different. Well, no, there was only one target. No, I had no decisions that game. No. Game literally played itself, from my side at least. I don't know what my opponent had, but I didn't really feel like I had anything to say there. Okay, that's kind of weird. Oh, I forgot Chain of the Rocks again. You just said it in chat too. I forgot. Dang it. Alright, next game. Just remind me after this game. Alright. Ain't beating that on the play, because Pac needed help. Pac totally needs a 1-drop against Clive. Totally. Totally. I mean, we definitely have enough mountains for Chain of the Rocks. I don't think it's that bad here. Yeah, I think I have some 2-mana play that involve getting rid of this thing. Could run Inti out, but I have other cards I can genuinely cast that involve not casting Inti. Do I strangle that? No, I don't. Who doesn't like strangling Sephiroth? Could put a counter on Runaway Steam Kid, and that would be funny. But I'd rather not put all my eggs in the basket. Can I cast I can just cast Clive here. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is like the dream scenario here. This is nuts. I'm just caught up with cards and everything and have a massive board presence. Well, there's no damnation, so it's an uphill battle here. Come on! Okay, whatever. Yep. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's alright. I deserve it. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Okay, Bone Horde is good. I will play it. I feel like they have to kill it. Okay. I will kill the... Let's see, 3... This doesn't line up too well, does it? No. Okay, maybe I'll find a card that matters. Okay, I kinda did. Let's get rid of Bolt. No, no, no. Let's just get rid of this. Let's just get rid of that. I don't expect them to block. Alright, they block. What? Ooh, oop. I didn't think so. Can't kill this before Sephiroth, but it is what it is. No big deal. I might actually recover from this damnation, which is insane. They didn't swing first. They could have swung first. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not casting Clive here. Sure. This actually exiles the miner, which is nice. Don't know how much it matters, but it's gone. Kill the Radia. Don't kill the Soul Scar. Wow, really? What? Okay, well, I mean, that's what they chose to do. So, I think I'm always pinging my opponent, so I might as well just do it now. I feel like I'm killing the Radia. Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, this is a terrible, terrible chunk of cards, again, that keeps happening to us. But, I mean, this is scary. They have to kill Clive. They can't kill Clive? Okay. Uh-huh. Sure. This is a human as well, you know. Yawgmoth has protection from humans, by the way. So, it doesn't look like the Clive fight is actually going to pull anything off. Should I swing with it, or should I not swing with it? Look, chat, it's probably actually full stop right to swing with it, but I have not flipped it, and it's been over 3 hours, so I'm going to activate it. I don't think this is right, but we haven't done it yet. And now it kills their commander, and they draw a card and put a counter on something or whatever. It does let me push 2 damage. You know, I just pushed 2 instead of more. Oh, it's only 1 damage, never mind. No, this is a demon. It's not a human. Oh, it's 1 off from lethal. Ooh, tragic. Can't say I didn't try. Because it's 1 off, I'm actually not going to pay 3 life here. Seems unnecessary. Sure. Like, this can just be equipped next turn. My opponent has to deal with a board state regardless. There's no reason to go to 12. But putting it into 1, I suppose, stops Yawgmoth. They would have prevented this card from being cast. Okay. Headlines. Sure. The cat? Ah, rip. This is nice, though. Alright, yep. We flipped it. We flipped it. We did it. It took 3.5+ hours to do it, but we actually flipped it. But we flipped it when it probably was right to swing with it, because it would just deal damage to my opponent. And, were they just dead if I... Hold on, were they just dead? If I equip this, trample 5/5, block 5/5, take 6/7. No, they were not dead. Super close to dead, though, but not quite. Unless they were, I can't remember. I thought they were at 9, or were they at 8? It doesn't matter. It's always right to swing here, but... Yeah, for some reason this just, like, exiles and comes back. Really felt... It just feels like this would have been fine if it didn't do that. Would have been fine, but we did it. I can rest easy now. We're free. I don't know. Do we go for the 2 more wins? The last... It's win number 15 that usually takes me millennia. The 14's pretty quick. I don't know. I think I'm kind of done. I think I'm over it, Chad. I want to be over it. We should take our winnings and run before we have like a streak of 10 losses in a row. I think we should take our streak. We did play against some of the most competitive things in the format. I've been saying it recently. It's going to happen because the Final Fantasy ones aren't weighted yet. But today specifically, I was presented with the sweatiest of things. And we did a pretty good job at beating a fair amount of those things. Bracket 5 is full of decks that kind of like their 1-2-3 curve. Like really efficient 1-2-3 curve. Almost every game, more or less. And if you have a burn spell to interrupt those 1-2-3 plays, your Clive deck can actually do something, which is cool. And without the Saga, doesn't get the lore counter. You can't flip an attack. It taps itself to attack. It taps itself to flip, I mean. It doesn't have vigilance. I could not do both. Yeah, no, I couldn't do both. It's either you swing or you don't. It's stupid. But anyways, the Godo Helm of the Host package is actually really good, especially when no one knows what you're doing. And there's a fair amount of people out there that have no idea what is happening with Godo. You just play this, and then you get Helm of the Host, and they're like, alright. But eventually, the knowledge will spread, disseminate enough that people know what's going on. It just doesn't seem to be quite there yet. But, to be fair, even if they did know what was going on, a fair amount of them, I'm not sure, had any answer to it. I was just a big fan of this out. It is a pretty reasonable thing to have, I think, with Gamble, because you have 2, and that does come up. In fact, I think every single time except one time, Gamble was the one I drew and not Godo, so I just had access to it. I never discarded it to do the thing. This is a lightning rod for removal, but I never got it in play. I think every time it got answered, it was with a counterspell, which is, you know, the worst case scenario. It seems as though every single time I attempt to have this in play and have it die or whatever, it gets answered in a way that it doesn't happen. I don't know if it's bad luck or everyone is so precisely prepared for this card. It's getting countered, it's getting exiled, it's getting frogified. Bounced. I think it was bounced twice. It just keeps getting bounced. Like, I just can't seem to have this get killed. It just doesn't seem to happen. It's really, really annoying. So this is definitely, as I thought it was initially, but it was not. It's definitely not a big red commander. You're not playing Harrogast, Chandra stuff. You're playing like Mono Red Beatdown. And honestly, Mono Red Beatdown with Clive is okay. I thought it was going to be awful, just terrible, but it wasn't. It was fine. Is it the best Mono Red Beatdown commander? No. But it's pretty solid. It doesn't have to kill your opponent really, really quickly to say like Hazaret. Actually, both Hazarets would like to do, or Perforos. Actually, I'd say almost both Perforoses would like to do. But it's doing kind of its own thing. The devotion is splash damage. Honestly, even if this draws 2, you're not really that upset. But most of the time, it's not going to draw 2. It's usually going to draw more than 2. If your opponent hits you with a sweeper, any kind of devotion outside of creatures is solid with this. Gassing back up with Clive is, of all the things it doesn't do too well, that it does the best of all the things it's doing. Just like putting more cards into your hand. There was a game where I think like we had a really nice curve and then we ran into a Clive at the end of it all. It was like, oh, the only way they could come out of this with their creature-based deck is with a sweeper. And then they had a sweeper. But I had refilled my hand and it actually let me continue to win the game after. So that's on the table. The drawing cards part of this is legit on the table. and it's more reasonable than I had initially believed it to be to achieve it, especially after taking out all the mana rocks. I thought it would be impossible, but it wasn't. That being said, Fire Crystal feels kind of lame. I'm not really sold on this card, but with your commander in play, it's nice to copy your commander, I guess. I never activated this, to the surprise of nobody, but I never actually did that. I don't know. You could just play Key to the Archive. You could play... Honestly, Key might actually just be better. Just a genuine... Arcane Signet. Because this costs 4, that is quite significant. This never triggered. However, this is not Phyrexian Obliterator. Right? It's kind of sideline, whatever. It's really in here for the devotion, but I wound up not really caring about how much devotion I had when I went for the devotion thing. So this could probably just be a better card than this. I wouldn't say this is terrible, but it definitely is not that exciting. I don't think I ever actually got it in play and was doing anything with it. If I did, I don't remember. But yeah, it never triggered, I'll say that. Maybe I cast it or something, but I never did anything. It could just be a... actually, to be honest with you, this should just be Goblin Rabble Master. Which I don't own. But, yeah, this card. If I knew the deck was going to do the thing it ended up doing every game, I would have crafted this card. This should always be in this deck. There's the other one people are kind of liking, which is this one. I don't think this is in the same ballpark as the Rabble Master and the Legion War Boss in terms of what it's doing. The max speed thing I don't think is real, and the haste part is you don't really care. I don't know. This is not the same as the other two, but if you like it, go for it. I can't really dispute it. It is just sort of an efficient 3-mana threat. Red likes to beat your opponent to death. That's what you would put in your deck. The Blood Moon got a couple people because today was so full of like 5-color good stuff. Like there was the first sliver. Actually, there actually was not Golos. There was the new enchantment Gruul chick that's like a 4/2, but she's all 5 colors anyways, so it doesn't matter. I saw that like 12 times. Blood Moon did get a few people. Winter Moon didn't. But I think really in any kind of mono red strategy, no matter how aggressive, like Ragavan, like full aggro, all the way to like the slowest things of Chandra, probably want to play Winter Moon and Blood Moon. I think both moons are reasonable enough in the most aggressive or the slowest of mono red things. There was a moment where I thought maybe colorless decks are just better than anything this could be doing, so why not just play Ujin, or at least Ujin's 99, and then just have this in the deck? Now, that doesn't help you at all with Devotion, but I just thought maybe initially what the commander was doing was just so poor that you might as well just play Mana Rock City, Eldrazi nonsense, Harrogast adjacent stuff, Big Red or whatever, but no. I already said that in the intro, kind of. I thought it was Big Red. It's not. So, yeah, the top part is excellent, I'll say. It's really good. You regas, and you can actually apply enough pressure to all kinds of strategies that you can reasonably achieve killing your opponent while also having it that the new set of cards that you drew helped you do that, right? If you just play this and your opponent concedes, the cards it drew didn't help you, right? The game was over. You were doing too much damage. They couldn't keep up. The tempo, whatever's going on, they're too low. Whether they kill the 5/5 or not doesn't matter at this point, right? It's dead, and the board state is still killing them. There's scenarios like that where the cards you drew don't help you because they were already dead. Again, you would rather this just be Perforos or Hazoret or something. But there were games where that was not the case, right? There were plenty of games where casting this actually did re-gas my hand, and those cards it drew did help me finish the game, and I won because of it. So that's nice. What else? Oh, I had something to say and I can't remember now. Oh, right. I think the first half of the play session just now, maybe even more than half, actually. This never even entered the battlefield. I think, wasn't it like the first 10 games I played? No, it might not be that crazy. It was a huge chunk of time. I did not cast this. Some of those games I lost, some of those games I won, and this had nothing to do with it. And I think that's a good sign because that means you're not dependent on what this card is doing. Because if you are dependent on the text box, you're screwed. It's just like you're not gonna flip this and have it really get away with anything. It doesn't even have trample. It doesn't fly. I think I said this a few times. It also just doesn't have haste. It comes back from exile, so it has summoning sickness again. I don't think this needed to have summoning sickness. I think it could have just been pay 6, exile, flip at sorcery speed, so you're maybe not doing it in the middle of combat. But I don't think this needed to have that issue. The fact that it's a sorcery too, it's like the fantasy around the final, no pun intended. The fantasy around it is like it takes its entire, like, it's a big spell and you summon this giant demon thing or whatever, and Clive is just slowly amassing the mana to do all this because it's 12 in total, and then you get this giant thing, but it like doesn't threaten your opponent in any reasonable sense. It doesn't even fight more than one creature. I think it might have been fine if it did that. Now, I don't know the lore, but I'm going to assume Ifrit just bashes something really hard in the head when it shows up, and that's why it only fights one thing. But you take a look at a card like this, and then it's like the other one that's colorless. It costs more mana, sort of. It's like a 12 mana investment versus a 9 mana investment, but like this just keeps doing egregious things and flies. It draws cards, it blows stuff up. So it's just weird to me that this is the way it is. It doesn't seem like the age of Magic and the lifespan of the game. I just really think one thing on this card could have been slightly better, and I think the biggest one would have been you can swing with this the turn you flip it. That could have just been fine. I think that would have been perfectly fine. Look at the mana investment. You're a mono red deck. What do they? You can't play green. If you could put green in this deck in Clive's red green, then fine. But you can't do that. Now that is to say, again, I did not run mana rocks and did get to 6 mana, and there were games where So I guess the counter argument to what I'm saying is when you play it and you draw your cards, your opponent might not be interested in killing it because all of the other things you're doing are scary, right? You have all that board presence, ideally, before you cast this, and it's still swinging at your opponent, and then you have a handful of stuff. So if they're a reactive deck with a bunch of removal and counter spells, they might not ever have a window to kill this card because you have a handful of stuff now because of Clive's text box. So you have 5 or 6 cards now. You're still swinging. They have to interact with the board. And then there's really no reason, let's say, to actually swing with the 5/5. You swing with your other stuff. They interact with that. They have to leave up their mana for a counterspell or something. And then maybe you just tap to activate this after they've displayed all their interaction in combat with your other stuff, right? So now you flip this, but you're still susceptible to them just killing it when you tap it. So, if your opponent has one card in hand and they're presenting any sort of priority, I don't think you can ever really go for this. It's just too... You time walk yourself if it gets killed in response. It doesn't actually even have to be killed in response. They can kill it after it flips as well. It's actually the same exact outcome. They just kill it on either side. It doesn't really matter. And again, it's an enchantment. So maybe they have Beseju, and they couldn't kill it, but now they can because you flipped it into an enchantment. It's really weird. It's just a weird text box. It really is, other than like the top part, which is similar to Celestis or whatever the commander that I'm been a big fan of, huge fan of, probably my favorite commander from the set. Yeah, this one. Where like this is sort of doing the exact same thing that Clive is doing, except you get to play red, black, and white. So you have more colors, ideally black, so you have like Dark Ritual and, you know, all that degenerate stuff, reanimate. You have things to do with the cards you discarded. This enters way sooner than Clive does, you know. But you could sort of just play this card in your Clive command zone as stay mono red, right? There's nothing that's stopping you from doing that. You could just play Clive and put this here in the command zone. I don't know if it's that much better, but it might be. You know, especially if you sprinkle in some black and white cards into this. So there's a lot going against what Clive's trying to pull off, and it doesn't seem friendly to 1v1 formats. Now, that is saying I did do extremely well just now with it. Mono red seems to be a thing. More than I give it respect for. Mono red, actually, I was beating people to death, genuinely. You don't see a lot of mono red in Historic Brawl, right? It's hard to play mono red when your opponent's on the play with Utopia Sprawl. Your mono red deck looks terrible when that happens. You're just so far behind. If you can't kill the mana dork, it's like, well, so you don't really see a lot of mono red, but when it works, oh boy, does it work. You can catch a lot of decks by surprise too. Like, there's plenty of strategies that are doing very strong things, but if you just get out from under all of that and kill them before they get to it, you know. So that's pretty nice. But I think Celeste might just be doing what Clive is doing better. I don't know. I could do a thought experiment and just run Celeste instead of this in the command zone and change nothing else, other than the lands, so I can actually cast it and see what happens. Right. So yeah, it's not Celeste. I would almost argue that Celeste is better in every single way. Every conceivable way, I think Celeste is just better. I think if you want to play Clive, you should just play Celeste instead. Just every single way, except the deal 4 damage spells that your opponent might have that can't kill a 5 toughness creature. So this can't get lava coiled. There you go. There's one thing it's got going for it. Actually, Celeste can't get Doombladed, so it takes it right back. But yeah, so Glorybringer wasn't really that exciting specifically. I like Goldspan Dragon still. Glorybringer, I don't know. I think this might be a little too outdated for just what you're expected to play against. You still can flame slash things genuinely. I don't know. It's been definitely not. I don't know the last time I've seen anyone play this. I do see Goldspan Dragon for like, more than one reason. This card's just like solid. But this one, it could just be another. It could just be the Howl Goblin, like the thing everyone's talking about constantly. It could just be this. Where are you? Yeah, this. Just like that. It's fine. A 3-drop with Chrome Mox, or even honestly a 2-drop with Chrome Mox, it kind of feels like you're playing Legacy, right? Like mono red aggro and Legacy has like soul land, so they could play a 3-drop in turn 1, but we're not quite there. Apparently we're getting Gemstone Caverns, so now I guess we are. You can actually just Blood Moon turn 1 soon, apparently. Or something like that. Or Goblin Rabblemaster turn 1 is, I mean, that's like Legacy. You're just playing Legacy. Legacy is a very scary format for non-Legacy decks that some of your opponents may not be Legacy decks. So there's ways to blitz and cheese. So yeah, the idea here of all the creatures and burn spells we had did line up quite nicely. Godo can also find Chainsaw, which did come up a couple times. It is just finding a lightning bolting a creature. It's like, all right, yeah, you know, maybe I can't Helm of the Host for whatever reason, boom. Or maybe this is already in play, boom. Or if you just have this in play already and you're doing the thing, you can just then find this. If that would matter, it's not very likely to matter, but like at that point, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I liked all the burn spells. Interacting with every opponent ever when they have early creatures was rather crucial, I feel, so I could continue to swing. And if you put your opponent on the back foot, like green does, with all of its green openers, you don't really need as much interaction when you're pushing so much damage. They have to stop doing what they're doing to prevent the dying. That's sort of like, how you could interact. Like the interaction with Ujin, other than Ujin's actual text box of interacting with Infinite Vindicates, is it ramps so quickly that your opponent really wants to like stop the mana rocks with naturalize effects or try to kill you in time, which is not usually the case. So you can have different kinds of interaction, right? Tempo or whatever. But all in all, I like this commander, and I actually can recommend it. I wasn't expecting this to be successful. How many lands did I have? 37? I don't know how many MDFCs. But I did actually, because of the top part of this, ended up drawing a lot of lands. I never really felt like I was mana screwed. And as a mono red deck, you don't really get mana screwed too bad. You can function pretty well with 3 lands, I'll say. You just keep casting things that are applying pressure. And there were some cards that also generated mana, like the Runaway Steamkin. Burgi didn't end up doing anything. I think I took that one out, yeah. Captain Lannery Storm. Ragavan actually poked people for once. It's only been 2 months, but I actually did get to poke people. So yeah, I like it. It's fun. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Without the... Oh, you already said that. No, I already read that. Alright, go away, chat. Go away. I gotta turn my air conditioner on before I sweat to death and blame you guys. Get out of here. You're banned.